So join me now for a brief moment of prayer. Living, loving God that shows up in every expression that is in this room this morning, in tears, in lyrics, in sounds, in laughter, in hugs, in blessed conversation. So thankful to know all the expressions of goodness that are in this place today. Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart find themselves to be holy, 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 and helpful in the lives of these, your people. Amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And so it is. So it's been a while since Liz wrote to me and said, hey, Rev, can you speak on this date? And I said, yeah. Then a little while later, she wrote me back and she said, what you going to talk about? Oh. And I was in one of my R&B eras, as you can tell from the music this morning. And I was like, the idea of heart and soul comes to mind. It was the first and only song I ever learned to play on the piano, because I could play it with one finger. I was like, I can get down with one finger. And when I consider what does heart and soul mean to us today, it's not just a genre of music. Heart and soul is really what is at the center of the center of the center of our lives, of our living and our loving. It's almost like the hole in the donut. It's like, what's in there? And so I want you to ask yourself, as you listen this morning, as you experience this community today, what's in there for me? And here's the thing that I will tell you about what's in there, is that there is no such thing as right or wrong or good or bad. It is as you say it is with your powerful self. It is as I say it is. Let's say that together. It is as I say it is. So when we start to talk about heart and soul, the C word, which I try not to use a whole lot, is change, came up. And how many of y'all would rather do anything other than change? Anybody? I see some hands in the back going, hey, wait a minute there like you just don't care. Yeah, I'm right there with you. This idea of change. It took me a long time to get to where I am like I am. I like it like this. I live in my head. The weather is always nice. The sun shines. It rains lemonade, and the grass tastes like green apple candy. And so this idea of change, that can be scary. It can be daunting. But here's the thing I'll tell you about change. You are not the same person you were when you got out of your car and sauntered up and came through these doors. You have been affected by the power, the presence, the principle, the goodness of this place and these people. We are born and created to evolve. We are not meant to stay the same. It's like that song from the 70s, don't go changing, trying to tell you, I love you just the way you are in any moment. I remember the 1972 version of myself. I was about that tall. And if you don't think that change is built into our DNA, I had the occasion this week going through some important papers. And you know how it is when you break out all your papers. I looked at my birth certificate and it said that I weighed about 8 pounds. I was like, well, now where's that body? Give me some of that. You see, we are born to change. We are not as we came here, and we will not leave like we came. Y'all have heard me say, when I get ready to go hand this body and this life back in the locker room, I want them to pick that thing up and go, what is this? What are we supposed to do with this? I'd be like, recycle, baby, recycle. Put that back in the hopper, let it come out as something else. How many of you have ever had a moment of deja vu? Yeah, I mean, it happens to me. It's almost like clockwork. And it's that realization, that touch, like you have been here before. But I want to offer you a different perspective. What if it's not that you've been here before, but that you have been here all along? You see, the soul of us is eternal. There is no coming and going, no back and forth, just is. I'm reminded of the conversation when Moses journeyed up the mountain and came back with some big rocks with writing on them. And he had a conversation with a wildfire that was contained. And when he got ready to go, he was like, hey, yo, who do I say you are? Who do I say is sending me? And the contained wildfire said, well, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am is the present tense conjugation of the verb to be. In any moment, beloved, you are that you are. And that you are, beloved, is enough. It is the brightest light, the truest truth, the most desirable love. You are the isness and allness of the divine, no matter where you are. Y'all can say amen, it's good. Amen. I'm a black preacher, I'm not scared of it, amen. I'm just saying. You can bring it on. You see, I came across a quote this week, and I'm going to tell y'all what I was doing. Now, how many of you have known me for longer than 10 years? Y'all know there used to be more of me, right? Okay. The other part of me, she's good. I was involved in having to let go of some things that I could no longer wear. And I love my clothes, y'all. I had no idea how much I loved them until somebody says, time to let that go. Have you ever been through that feeling of, I need to do something, and then all of a sudden you realize how much you like the thing you got? And so years ago, when I first started doing church stuff, I realized I couldn't do church stuff in my cargo shorts and my Life is Good t-shirt. Because we had some standards. I was like, okay. And I found this designer who made stuff out of linen, and it hung on my larger body like nobody's business. I bought it in every color, in every season. So I had a house full of linen. And I got a little sad about it, because some of it has some price tags on it. I was like, oh, I didn't even get out. Should I just put it on and walk around the house for 3 days? I mean, I don't know. So the first Sunday that I came out of my hiatus, is what I'm calling it, I thought, I really did think this, I thought I could wear the same clothes, smaller size. It does not work like that. Because once your body changes, your soul changes, your heart changes. I had the exact same outfit in a small. I cruised out of that dressing room. I felt like I had on my elementary school clothes. It was too big in the wrong places and too little in the right places. And I was like, oh. And Kai looked at me, she said, I think it's about time for you to switch styles. Loosely what she was saying, it was time for me to change. And I went, well, that's the problem, because I don't, all I got. So I had to sit with, who am I now? And not compare it to who I was 10 years ago. Because even though there's some hands that went up that have known me for 10 years or longer, there are a lot more hands that didn't move, which means you know me now. That is the way we need to approach our living and our loving from the now moment. I'm not saying forget about the past, it just can't run the show. Y'all ever watch reality TV? Yeah, I know. I knew there's a few of y'all in here. And you ever notice how drama just pops off? That's called the showrunner going, okay, I'm going to need you to go stand over there, and I'm going to need you to say these 3 words, because when you say those 3 words, she's going to come out of bag. And boom, we got drama. That's how life is. But the quote that I came across this week is a Lao Tzu quote. It says, when I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. When I let go, and I'm going to modify it a little bit. When I let go of what I think I am, I can be what I was meant to be. And what I think I am, beloved, that is an inside broadcasted message that has been broadcasting on the channel of YOU your whole life. Now, we take our messages, and we do this culturally and socially. We take messages, because signs and messages are around us all the time. I go in the grocery store, I start to see things that I think I should probably eat, that I'm probably not going to like, and it's probably going to cost a whole lot of money, but it's on sale, or it's a BOGO. And I'm taking the message from outside of myself that this is good for me. Well, I know that there's a difference between good for me and good to me. And if it doesn't have the right amount of sugar and salt and goodness and whatnot in it, it's not going to be good to me. It's just good for me. When we take our messages from outside of us, they always tell us what we are not. You should be taller and thinner, and put this on your hair. Your hair will grow and be curly. Put this on your skin, you'll be all dewy. I always call it look a little damp. You can do these things. It's always something you need to do. But what if we stood in the mirror and take the power from the mirror and realize that the mirror is only showing us what is, that I am that I am. I go look in the mirror 2 or 3 times a day because my hair doesn't grow at the same rate it used to. I'm just like, you longer yet? Am I taller yet? And I walk away going, it doesn't matter, I am enough. It doesn't matter, I am healed. It doesn't matter, I am whole. It doesn't matter, I am love. That's what the heart and the soul of our being really is that we are love. Can we say we are love? We are love. You see, when we let go of what we think we're supposed to be, what we think we're supposed to do, we become more than we could ever even imagine. I learned in this very room that what other people think about me ain't my business. I am not going to ever roll up on you and go, you like my shoes? How you feel about this shirt with this suit? Not going to ask you. And if you start trying to tell me, I'm probably going to speed up and walk away. Because what other people think of us is not our business, but it shows up in our lives like a hammer and a chisel and starts to make us into something that we were never, ever meant to be. You see, you are that you are. Wherever you are, whenever you are. I feel like Dr. Seuss. I can eat green eggs and ham. I can eat it in a tree while running from a bee. If I fall and hurt my knee, yeah, it doesn't even matter. You are as you are. You are the gift that the world needs today. And if you are holding back, beloved, come on, get in the game. The Super Bowl, the playoff, the championship, it is every single day that we are breathing. You don't have to wait for the right opportunity. You don't have to wait for your phone to ring. You don't have to wait for love to find you. Beloved, love has already found you because you are it. You are it. Man, if I could dial back and go back to when I was 20 and somebody said to me, love is not going to roll up into your life. You live in the hood. There's no white horse. Prince was the guy that sung the music. Nobody is coming to get you. You are enough. Get up off of that thing and move until you feel better and go out into the world and be who you were brought here to be. Amen. That's what's at the heart and soul of our lives. The thing that I want you to take away is this. I have 3 points. My wife would be so proud of me. I have 3 points for you. The first one is that inner transformation. It begins inside. It's not that we get a new hairdo or we wear a color we have never worn before. It's not that we drink a new shake. It starts within us. True change is guided by the light and the love that is in us all. The second point, Tammy, I owe this one to you. Courage over perfection. You see, we always want to fit in. But I learned when I was 30, fit out. There is no, if I stay over here and everybody's over there, eventually some people are going to come over here because they're going to know what the party's about. I don't have to fit into anything. All I ever have to do is be. And that takes courage. You don't have to get a tattoo. You don't have to roll around in your courageous t-shirt. All you have to do is say these words: I am courageous. I am brave. And when we do that, we start to see things that we have never seen before because that lens of perfection falls away. The next one is the power of heart and soul. It fosters kindness. Here's the thing I'll tell you. I did something on Friday. We're going to take a trip, and I had to renew my passport. And I've never had to renew my passport before, so I had to leave my house, go take a picture I'm not pleased with. Because the guy told me, he said, don't smile. I was like, I don't know how. So I looked like something smelled bad. So, so I have a picture. I went to one place, they said, our camera's broke. Normally, I would just go home, but I'm on a timeline. I went to the drugstore. There's a certain drugstore in the city. It feels like it's one person that works in the pharmacy. Did y'all know they still have a photo section? Who knew that? You drop your film off if you feel like it. And at the cash register, so I walk in and I swear I see the same person. I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna go well. But the thing that landed on me was, Kathy, just be kind. So when the person said, what do you need? I said, I need a passport photo, please, quickly. Took my photo. I had to go to the post office, get a money order, then go from the post office to the county office. And this is how I showed up, y'all, because I've become a little old lady. They called my number, and y'all ever been to the DMV and they call your number and you feel like you have to manifest at the window before they go on to the next number? That's how I felt. So I'm like, oh, Jesus. And I told the lady, I said, good afternoon, my name is Kathy. I'm here to renew my passport. I've never done this before. Which piece of paper do you need in what order? And I started trying to write, and because of some things that have happened, I can't quite write like I used to. And I felt like I was holding it like I was going to stab somebody. And I was trying to write my name, and she said, ma'am, just give it all to me. I was like, Jesus be offense. Here you go. And as she was asking me the questions and completing the process, she said, you know what, I'm just going to put the packet together for you. Sealed it up, wrote the address of where it needed to go, told me how to mail it, so now I got to go back to the post office. Good thing all this stuff is like within a mile. Otherwise, I would have been hoo-hot, as we say down south. And when she handed me my packet, I asked her, I said, what's your name? And she said, Sheila. I said, Sheila, I work for the largest prayer ministry in the world. May I add you to our prayer list for the next 30 days? She said, woo! I receive it. But that's what a little kindness will get you. Because I could have just rolled up in there and shoved the paper through the slot like I was feeling. But I'll tell you, don't let your feelings be what guides you and how you show up in the world. Show up and smile. Say your name. Make up one. Smile. Because in that moment, your life is good. Every breath you take is good. Every person you see is the expression of the goodness of the divine by many names and understandings. Treat it like it is your precious. Treat it like it is gold, because it is. And when we treat people that way, it comes right back. There's a song we used to sing, I send my love over the mountains. and it returns to me. It doesn't have a 7-day waiting period. It comes right back to us. So don't be afraid of the inner transformation that's happening into you. Just let it be. Check it out. See what happens. It's kind of like a series on Netflix. You don't like it, but you can't look away. Don't look away from your life. Don't look away from the unfolding of truth within you. Don't look away from the love that is surrounding you. When I come here, this is like coming home. I feel like I can loosen my belt and take off my shoes, take off my glasses, and eat my Cheetos while Taylor Swift's band is playing. Because I'm home. And where there is home, there is family. Beloved, we are family. We love each other. We know each other's truths, and we love each other anyway. Trust the courage over perfection. Be brave in every single moment. You don't even have to say it. If you show up tomorrow doing all the things that you do in the world and you walk through whatever door it is and you're like, I am brave. I almost want to kick it in like the old Westerns kicked in the saloon door, but you got to move real fast because they swing right back. I want to kick it in and go, I am brave, because that is my truth. And then trust the power of your heart, because where your heart is, there also is your treasure. Those things, those people, those moments, that light is right here within you. So, beloved, no matter where change takes you, go with it, because it's going to happen anyway. Don't fight the power of truth and of light and of love. Trust the power of truth that is the heart and soul of your being. I am love. I am peace. I am enough. Over and over again. Over and over again. So let's take all of this, including the laughter and Sister Sledgenham with us. Let's take all of that into a few moments of meditation where we pause.